So today we're going to talk about real estate designations, and I want to be very clear. I have a ton of them. I appreciate the level of education that's out there, the continuing education that we utilize inside of the real estate space, and as an industry, it's probably one of the top when it comes to opportunities to learn, grow, and accelerate a career based on what you're learning. So today we're going to focus a little bit about the next level of that, accreditations and certifications, the actual letters that you can get behind your name if you're willing to spend a little bit of extra time and money enhancing the knowledge of your career. And by adding some letters behind your name too, you become not only efficient, but recognized in this particular area of our industry. The designations themselves, I would agree, boost visibility. They give you the opportunity to attract more leads, and they certainly add an insane amount of credibility to you as an agent and or a broker. Trade organizations and real estate institutions offer these types of designations, including the educational support that you're going to need to develop stronger skills, stronger working ethics, and build a specialty. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about my favorite 10 um, and the ones that I think you should probably align to, some, if not all of them. And this is the time of year where typically the industry will slow down just a little bit, giving you time to clean up, catch up, take a breath. So, this is a great time for you to level up your residential game, build up your commercial game, build a luxury pipeline while you're handling property management on the side, learn how to do some commercial listings. Plenty of options for it. Let's review a few of them. The ones we're going to talk about today are the buyer's representative, seller's representative, certified residential specialist, the military relocation professional, senior real estate specialist, counselor of real estate, commercial investment member, certified international property specialist, luxury home certification, and then the certified property management agent. There's a little bit about a lot of these things, and no, there is no $0 entry fee. Each of these have their own starting cost benchmark, and if you'd like to see what the costs are at a 35,000 foot level, certainly send me a note down below, like and subscribe, and I can get that over to you. But we're going to talk through those, and I will talk about these in their acronym form. So if it gets a little confusing, I apologize, but certainly just send me a little note at the bottom there, and I can see what I can do to get those cleared up for you. Um, Quick summary of what each of these are best for. Let's talk about the ABR, the accredited buyer's representative. This is probably best for, these are traditional residential realtors who want to work primarily with home buyers. On the opposite side of that spectrum is, of course, the SRS, the seller's representative specialist. That's a residential realtor that wants to specialize on the listing side. From there, you've got the CRS, which is the certified residential specialist. That is the highest recognition and training for selling properties directly. Certainly, not as big as some of the books that I've got back here, but it is probably the most nationally recognized, the CRS. As far as specialties are concerned, you've got the MRP, military relocation professional. Those designations are for helping military families find and finance properties. Being able to represent the U.S. military and some of the programs and things that they have at their disposal, so that they can take full advantage of their military benefits, as well as some of the relocation benefits that they have as well. It's important for you to be able to represent that to them. And trust me, the military are people of their own. They trust those that know how to help each other. So if you want to generate an amazing referral program, working inside of the U.S. military is a great place to do that. Additionally, your retirees. The SRES, the Seniors Real Estate Specialist, is for residential realtors who want to specialize in working specifically for the maturing home buyer and seller. Those that have reached a level of their life where they've bought a few homes traditionally, they know plenty about the real estate itself, how to do the basic mechanics, and typically have a great amount of history that they can share with you. But there's a story and there are ways that they can help at their senior level, and there are programs out there specifically designed to them. But you need to understand their mindset, the things that they care about at a mature age that you wouldn't normally care about if you were in your 30s. So it's important for you to be able to recognize when people have that acronym behind their name, that they understand how to help the senior class of our home buyers and sellers. And in Florida, that's a big one. Highly competitive, a lot of people in it, and a low cost of starting. The CRE, which is the Counselor of Real Estate, that is for experienced agents, high volume of sales in their back pocket, and they have active community involvement. It is a class of agent beyond normal. These are people that are out on the street talking to businesses every day, that are an active member of their community, and they make sure that if there's a give back platform in play, they're typically in a part of it or a sponsoring agent behind it. On the commercial side, of course, you've got the CCIM. That is your Certified Commercial Investment Member. Those are for commercial real estates and brokers only. There's absolutely no reason to get it if you're not in the commercial space, but the designation in the commercial world is almost the price of entry to get into conversations. One of my personal favorites is the CIPS, the SIPS, the Certified International Property Specialist. These are agents who work with foreign investors and buyers internationally here in the state of Florida. That is one of Keystone's biggest components. We understand what it takes to be an international buyer and seller, the rules and the laws that we need to follow doing business in and out of Florida, into the islands here south of us, and around the world. We are fully accredited in 15 different countries, being able to buy and sell directly with them, just like they were on our home territory. So feel free to talk to us about that directly if you have any questions. The LHC, this one is kind of new and up and coming. This is the Luxury Homes Certification. This is for current or aspiring luxury real estate agents. It helps you understand the difference between a traditional buyer and seller and a luxury home. These are multi-million-dollar estates, multi-million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar high-rise condos, downtown cities, those types of things. There are things that you need to know about a property at that price point that it is not affected by traditional real estate measurements. So these are all things that you need to know. And then, of course, if you're a property manager at all and you want to run a property management office, you probably better buckle up and take the CPM, which is the Certified Property Manager Accreditation. This is for current property managers, people that are either working for a property management agency, wish to open their own property management agency, and need the additional understandings of the legalities in and out of managing someone else's home, not the buying and the selling of it, but the renting, the property care, the things that you need to prepare for, how you need to keep the owners educated when they do not live in the property, those types of things. So we'll take a few minutes to break into each of these so that you understand what they're for, a little bit about each of their current costs, and see if we can talk you in the direction of, while you're in your slower season, if you're not just cleaning your house and getting ready for the next year, polishing up all of your real estate signs, getting things ready for the next high season that starts back up in 2026. Take some time to re-educate, realign to your industry, and maybe get a couple of accreditations under your belt. So we'll talk first about the ABR. The ABR is $310 entry fee for NAR members. That's the National Association of Realtors. Double that for people that are not a member. So there's an online version of the course available for both. I certainly believe that the best education that you can get, especially for any of these monikers, is in the room at minimum virtually. So you're learning about the accreditation and you're able to ask live questions in a virtual classroom environment versus just read ahead and take tests offline studying at your own pace. I don't see as much of a value if you don't have a physical teacher at your disposal. Being able to go and sit in one of your local member offices, like here we have in Tampa, is an even better opportunity for you to spend just a couple of days with them and with that group and with members of and your peers. Be able to sit in the room, ask questions, do some of these workshops, and some of the direct integration with people that already have this accreditation for them. It is a 2-day course plus an elective, and it is recognized at the National Association of Realtors level. The ABR designation is probably the edge that you need if you're working with buyers in a crowded market. Many of the first-time home buyers look for ABRs for proven buyer side experience. They may pick you over another agent because of it. So any of these acronyms that you decide to deploy, you want to make absolutely sure to reference them, put them on your business cards, make sure that you're putting them on your marketing. People need to know who you are and why you're there. Among designations, ABR is probably one of the most recognized. It is buyer-focused credential. It includes education about working with buyers, ongoing resources, industry updates. They have a huge newsletter from the ABR system that keeps you plugged in, and they put you into a room full of other ABR agents like yourself. So you're learning from people with the same experience, even after you have gotten the accreditation. The continuing education component and the people that you are introduced to continues day in and day out. You can start the 2-day course right away. If you want to earn the designation, you're also going to have to complete one elective, and you'll document 5 closed buyer representation transactions. You need to maintain the REBAC membership from the NAR. Compared with SRS, it's a listing that's the listing focus realtor designation. The ABR is a little bit faster pace. It gets you to the buyer side credibility probably much quicker, especially for first time buyers. This one's great. While the CRS is a little deeper, Long Track is suited to more experienced agents. This is your entry level ABR to get you on the road. Next, of course, is the other side of the spectrum, the seller's representative specialist. So the SRS costs about $295, also available as an online course. The annual dues for it are waived for the first year, and then you're going to pay $99 a year thereafter to maintain it. This is best for listing agents and those agents that are going to have more than 50% of their business pipeline be on the selling side. It's going to take you about a week to get it done. Doesn't have to be done concurrently, but certainly going to be that amount of time and specialty. You can get it from REBI, the Real Estate Business Institute. And its designation can absolutely help you win and service listings in more of a competitive market. It is NAR affiliated, so this credential is focused on the seller advocacy, pricing strategies, marketing, and most importantly, negotiation inside of listings. Compared with the ABR, which is buyer focused, the SRS is built for listing presentations and seller expectations. So it makes it one of the more practical real estate designations for agents that want to shift towards listing from residential to listing businesses. It's a great step in that direction for you. Which brings you to the CRS, the Certified Residential Specialist. So tuition varies on this one depending on the course path that you want to take, but ultimately you got a $99 application fee with this one and a $195 annual membership fee every single year. This is best for your residential realtor who wants the highest recognition and training for selling properties. It's going to take you anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to get this one. And you get this one from the RREC, the Residential Real Estate Council. The CRS designation is probably one of the top tier among the real estate designations, especially for residential agents. This gives you the next step up. This is advanced training, proven production, access to the RRC's residential agents. It's going to give you a referral network included. So compared to the ABR, the SRS, the CRS is deeper, experience plus education, and it's going to give you a track that's suited for leveling up your residential practice as a brand. The experience and the credibility is going to help you rise above all the noise and certainly win more prospects. The things that are truly moving and shaking in the industry, and not just how do I get out there and be the fastest transactional agent possible. To earn it, you are going to have to complete the required RRC education. There are several career paths, several accreditation paths, so you want to make sure that you choose wisely based on the education that you want to walk away with. But you will have to meet transaction or volume benchmarks, and you're going to have to be a member in good standing of either the NAR and the RRC. Next specialized accreditation would be the MRP. Again, Military Relocation Professional. Tuition varies, by the way, depending on the time of the year and who's offering it, but it is a $195 application fee, and this is best for realtors who are specializing in helping military families find housing and finance their housing. It's a full one-day course and test. You can get it from the NAR online via the Center of Realtor Development if you would like, or you can go through your local association. They are typically sponsored and taught by MRP members and educators that have military experience. So they're going to get the jargon, they're going to know how to speak the speak. And believe me, that's something that the books and the learn at your own pace is not going to give you. So where the NRP is a NAR certified focused, it has unique timelines. It understands the unique benefits of our members, the relocation logistics of a service member and how they face those. A bonus to that, if you're passionate about serving in the military community, the certification will align you on how to work with helping service members directly and their families on the local bases in your area. So if you are close to any of the military bases and understand those particular points of town and want to create golden neighborhoods inside of the military community, this is the best place to start. To earn your MRP, you also have to maintain good membership with the NAR. You need to complete the full one-day MRP course and submit the $195 one-time application fee. There are no annual certification dues after that. This is one that you maintain forever as long as you are a NAR member in good standing. It is recognized nationally. So no matter what state you work in or that you are working in a collaboration between referrals, it is the same accreditation. Next, of course, and one that's very popular for us down here in Florida is the SRES. This is what their byline is, where the future takes shape, which I always thought was kind of cool considering this is the senior rep. Tuition varies again based on provider and who's doing it and how they're administering it, but ultimately it's a $310 fee for members, $620 fee for the class for non-members of the NAR. Annual dues are waived for the first year, but then it's $99 a year for every year thereafter. This is for residential realtors who want a specialization in working with the maturing and the senior citizen home buyer and seller. It is a 2-day course. It is administered by the NAR, and that designation for those that are going to work specifically with senior home buyers and sellers helps them identify and understand the specific needs and the considerations for those folks. For example, the SRES includes education on various housing options for senior buyers and homeowners and how to use their pensions, how to use their 401ks, how to shift into IRAs to be able to finance properties without having to take money out of pocket for themselves. Resources in that course are going to help them support the older clientele. It's going to minimize stress on all sides of the transactions. You're able to speak their language, and they're going to appreciate that you have helped other people at their age group. New designees are going to receive a 1-year SRES Council membership. And then ongoing use of that designation just requires an active NAR or an SRES membership moving forward. The next big one is the Counselor of Real Estate, the CRE. This one is a big one. It's a $2,000 annual due. It is based on location. There is a $2,500 one-time initiation fee. This applies to all new members in the United States and U.S. territories. There's no initiation fee for new members that reside outside the U.S. So this is best for experienced agents with high volume of sales, active community involvement. It's going to take you 2, maybe even 3 months to get this accreditation, and it is sponsored specifically by the Counselors of Real Estate. The CRE is as much an award as it is a designation. Unlike the other real estate designations, it's available by invitation. So you must have at least 10 years of experience. You have to stand out for innovation, problem solving, community involvement. There is no coursework. Members gain access to a high level networking group and regular industry insights. This is a pay and performance accreditation. CREs are typically nominated by other CREs. So networking with an experienced practitioner is critical if you're looking to earn this credential. If you want to find CREs, you can use the official CRE member directory, or you can search for them in LinkedIn. Profiles that list Counselor of Real Estate under their licensing and certifications is typically where you're going to find them most. On the commercial side, they also have a high-level membership, the CCIM. The 2025 member track estimates around almost $8,300. This includes your tuition, your core concepts, your review and your comprehension exam, which is an additional $1,220, and a $175 portfolio fee. Candidate membership, once you have it, is $695 every single year in the program. And so the whole non-member track will cost you close to $10,000 total. It is best for commercial real estate agents and brokers. The time to commitment is upwards of 3 years. You get it at the CCIM Institute. It is the commercial benchmark among real estate designations. It's a deeper, analysis leveled, heavy path versus residential real estate agent designations like the ABR or the SRS. You're going to have to complete the CI 101 all the way through the 104. Negotiations, ethics, electives, a portfolio of qualifying experience, and a comprehensive exam. So the CCIM is like a college program, honestly, that has a simple certification course, but it requires several years of dedication and a large financial investment. But I tell you, being a CCIM generally results in significantly higher income of deals. They rest very heavily on that accreditation, and when you have it, you have it. Here in Florida and here at Keystone, one of the accreditations that we focus on here is the CIPS, the Certified International Property Specialist. It does cost about $150 for each member, $302 if you're a non-member. It has an online and a classroom version, including a $75 application fee and $220 annual dues. This is best for agents that work with any foreign buyer or international investment. It's going to take you anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks to get this one done, and it is a NAR recognized sponsorship. This designation specifically is for those that want the specialized knowledge and specialized intricacies of international real estate transactions. And when I say that, it's not like other niche designations. This is for foreign buyers and investors. They have specific challenges in doing business in the United States, moving monies, how they get financing, how they get investment support. This course is going to help you understand all of that and give you the solutions that you would typically follow. Plus, a CIPS designation holder gets branded. They have customized marketing tools, online directory to help you market more effectively to international buyers. Once you have this designation, you're going to get at least, you're going to need to track and show at least 3 transactions involving foreign parties, meeting a minimum threshold of international business experience or foreign language mastery. The requirement is going to exclude a lot of realtors, honestly, but if you put in the effort, this is an affordable designation with a very lucrative specialty group. Again, they're going to tie you in to a set of agents that have a set of skills beyond the average buyer and seller. The newest one to the market, of course, is what I discussed as the Luxury Homes Certification, the LHC. It is a step 1 self-paced course, $99. Then, as a designee, you have a step 2 elective, $150 self-paced designee course. It can also be done in the classroom, depending on who's hosting it. If it comes to your town, it is only a 1-day commitment. I certainly suggest that you get this one under your belt while it is young and still in production, because as this network grows, I have a feeling it is going to get more expensive for the barrier of entry. What I like about this one is it helps you break into the luxury niche with a very practical entry point. So it zeroes in on pricing strategies for high-end homes, the client psychology itself, and negotiating at higher price points. It's going to help you present like a luxury specialist. You'll be able to win trust faster. Sorry, but high net worth clients simply think differently. So you need to be able to have that edge. You've got to be able to speak their language. They will stump you on purpose, and they want to know that you are worth your salt. You've got to be more than a marketing campaign here. It doesn't matter how many YouTube videos you produce. You've got to build a sense of trust, because they are going to be throwing often an insane amount of money at a piece of property, and you have to be ready to know how to manage that. They are not looking for one and done transaction artists. They need people they can have continuing levels of business with. Compared with a general real estate designation like the ABR or the SRS, the LHC will concentrate on expectations unique to the luxury market. Very strong add-on when you're moving up in the market. And I certainly think this is one you want on your cape as you're flying around as an industry agent. And then you got the CPM. Let's talk about this one for a second. This one's also a high point of entry, but this is for property managers. This is the Certified Property Managers Accreditation. The education bundle as a member is about $4,200. As a non-member, about $5,200. The CPM capstone track, which is the MPSA and the CPM exam, is almost $2,000 alone. $425 for the enrollment fee, $530 per candidate dues and local chapter dues. And then you got $270 just so that they can process you for graduation and give you all of the monikers and the marketing and the things that are going to brand you. This is perfect for property managers or those that are going to be managing a property marketing office. It is represented by the IREM, the International Institute of Real Estate Management. You definitely want to make sure that if you want to be worth your salt in marketing real estate management, this is the accreditation for you. It is the flagship of property manager designation. Clear signal to any owner and investor that you can run their building or their home like a business. You learn to speak NOI, budgets, operations, cost, risk, how to plan in plain English, and then prove 2-part capstone management planning skills assessments for these owners and property and large scale property owners. Compared with the typical realtor designations, CPM depth in operations and leadership. So steadier recurring revenues, stronger owner relationships, and it's a credential that will open doors to you to probably your largest portfolio. CPM is the main certification program for a property manager. It isn't the only one. If you want more of a specialty within a property management industry, there are some others like the ARM and the ACOM, but that is a much lower end designation and doesn't handle everything across the board. So, why did I talk about all this today? What was the point of this? Ultimately, it's the big question. Are real estate designations worth it? When credential changes, who can find you? How do you perceive the room? What deals can you creditably win simply by being in the right room with the right accreditation? Ultimately, for yourself personally, to figure out whether the designation is right for you, it needs to be able to flip 3 levers. And if it doesn't flip them, skip it. Will this unlock a real network for you? Some of these credentials, including they include member directories, they include referral networks. There are events that they host that will put you in front of buyers, sellers, investors, relocation partners that you would never meet otherwise. So, will it unlock a network for you? 2, will it sharpen your pitch? Strong curricula gives you language, it gives you firework, it gives you framework, it gives you proof points, helps you consult on a win rate and an average price point. So, the number 2, importantly, can it make you look, sound, and act in a more intelligent manner? And then 3, can they match your next 12 months? So, the fastest wins come when designations align with a business you're already pursuing. So if you're a listing agent, if you're a senior specialist, if you're military moves, if you're in luxury, international, commercial, property management, if you're already there, if this matches and aligns to your strategy for the next year already, it's a no-brainer. So if it's flipping all these triggers, it's giving me a new network, it's sharpening my education, my pitch, it's helping me sound better and act better in my business. These are all critical things towards my components of success. I have to make sure closing that it is aligning to my 12-month strategy and it's putting me in a position that I can do more business, better business faster in the next 12 months. A lot of questions today that I will not have time to get to all of them, but what is the designation realtor refer to? Which one should I get first? Do I need experience before I enroll in any of these things? These are excellent questions. I will put those components in the answers section below. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is the best time of the year to get yourself either jump-started, re-educated, designated, and cleaned up for what will be the spark of the 2026 season. So if you're sitting on your butt, we'll see you in the back end of the competition. You'll be in the dust while the rest of us are performing. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. We appreciate each and every one of you. Do good business.